Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So welcome to another video in my little wedding series. I think apart from like my wedding vlogs, I think this potentially might actually be the last sit down video that I film before I get married, because I get married in a few weeks at the time I'm filming this, which is actually pretty crazy. I can't believe how fast it's come around, but no stress, there will still be a heap of wedding videos coming. I still have like a whole list on my phone that I'm working through, so there will be some more wedding content, like wedding sit down videos filmed after the wedding as well. So I will kind of let you guys know where we are in relation to all of those and when it will kind of be finishing up. But as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is like 10 things, I think I've got 10 things that you're likely to forget when it comes to wedding planning. So like I said, I'm currently like a few weeks out, and these are some of the things that like has been on my mind that I don't want to forget. So I thought I'd share them with you guys just in case you're a bride or a groom and you're planning your wedding and watching this video and you want to make sure you don't forget anything. I've written them all down on my phone, so if I'm looking down at my phone and not specifically looking at the camera, then that is why, and I do apologize. So please bear with me through this video, and yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this video. So the first thing I've written down that you really don't want to forget about is guest book pens. So this isn't going to be in any particular order, but a lot of people remember the guest book, but people forget about the pens that you need to write in your guest book. Make sure you don't forget about these. Phil and I just bought some from Kmart. I showed you guys these in my Kmart wedding shop with me, so if you missed that, I'll leave that down below and in the eye for you. Obviously, you can't write in a guest book without pens, and you don't want to get to the day and realize, oh my gosh, I haven't got any pens for people to write in, and then you just get really just like crappy normal pens. Like, you want to actually get some nice pens because most people keep their guest book. The next thing I feel like is a big thing that people don't think about, and it was something I didn't think about until I watched like a heap of these videos, and that is to make sure you sort out breakfast for the wedding morning. Whether that is the bride or the groom or your bridesmaids or whatever, make sure you have breakfast before you go to your wedding, because you don't want to be fainting when you walk down the aisle. You don't want to be fainting while you're waiting for your partner to show up. You want to make sure that you've had a good feed and that you're full and that you're ready to go, you got energy, you got nutrients for the day. Yeah, so whether that is like you're getting breakfast delivered to wherever you're staying, or if you're staying at your parents' house, if you're staying at your house, make sure you've got breakfast. I think at this point I am staying at my mum's house the night before the wedding with my girls. I'm hoping that my mum will be able to do us up a breakfast. Hopefully. I haven't actually asked her, but I'm sure she'll be more than happy to do something up for me and the girls, just because I really want to make sure that I eat, because when I don't eat, I get grumpy, I get cranky, I get stressed, and I just don't want that on my wedding day. Like, I feel like it should be quite a nice like special breakfast for everybody. The next thing that you don't want to forget is water bottles for your vendors. So I feel like this is just a nice thing to do. Obviously you don't have to do this, but I feel like it's just a nice thing to do, whether it's for like your wedding coordinator, or whether it's for your photographer or your videographer or makeup artists or your hairstylists or whatever. I feel like most of them don't really think about bringing water or food. So, like, it would be nice if like you could then offer some water for them, especially for like your photographer and videographer, because they're going to be out there like shooting your wedding the whole day, and if they don't have water they can get really dehydrated and tired, and it might just end up affecting how your photos come out. The next thing I feel like people forget about is the cake knife. A lot of people remember the wedding cake, but if you don't have a cake knife to cut your cake, you're kind of screwed. It was one of the things that Phil and I bought, how long ago did I buy it? Like a month ago or something. I showed you guys in a wedding vlog my cake knife. I'm hoping that it will cut the cake alright, but I might have like a spare one just in case it's not like strong enough. Yeah, you don't want to be like rushing around forgetting about your cake knife on your reception, because especially when you just want to sit there and cut your cake. Okay, the next thing I feel like people never ever touch on in these wedding videos, but that is to actually remember to put time and effort into marriage prep and not just the wedding day. Phil and I are both Christian, that is my fiance by the way. We have been doing some marriage prep, and we've found it really helpful, because a lot of the time people sugarcoat marriage and think it's really easy, when in reality it's not. And I think that's the biggest thing I've learned through marriage prep, is that marriage takes a lot of work, and it is a covenant between you and your spouse and God, and it lasts a lifetime. and so you actually want to make sure that you're investing time and effort into the actual marriage itself, because the wedding day is one day. I know that it takes a really long time to prep. I understand that. I've been planning mine for like over a year, but you also want to make sure that you know how to communicate with your partner, you know how to be intimate with your partner, you know how to resolve conflict with your partner, you know the different roles that you guys are playing in this marriage. It's a lot to actually learn and like work out how it all works, whether that is just you and your partner reading a book, whether it is doing marriage prep. You don't have to be Christian to do marriage prep. I would highly recommend it to any couple that are getting married, just so that you've kind of got the best foundation and the best starting point to go into marriage, rather than just like focusing all your energy on the wedding day and then the wedding day's over and you're like, now what? Like, you don't want to feel like that at the end of it all. The next thing I feel like people always forget about is the wedding car. So this was something that I not like forgot about, but something that kind of slipped my mind, I guess. So they're obviously all sorted now, and then obviously if you are hiring a car or you're using a friend's car, think about petrol costs as well, because obviously if you're hiring a car from like a company, then they'll probably pay for the petrol, but cars can be very, very expensive to hire. And so like if your friend has a nice car or you have a nice car, also think about petrol costs in regards to your wedding car. But you want to think about it because obviously you need a car for you and your spouse to go and get photos, and then to go to the reception, and then if you're doing a send-off, you need to obviously go in a car as well. So definitely think about that as well. And if you kind of forget about it and leave it to the last minute, a lot of cars tend to be booked out, or it can be a cost that you haven't quite budgeted for. By the way, sorry if you guys can hear any outside noises. I've got both my windows open because it is quite hot. If you want to have like a nice car for photos, like make sure you kind of get onto it like early. The next thing I feel like people always forget about is the marriage license. So it actually costs money to legally be married, and you need the actual marriage license document to be legally married in your country. I think in New Zealand it costs $150. You can't get it too early because it does expire after 3 months. So I think Phil and I are getting ours next week, I believe. I think you can apply for it online, but you don't want to forget about it because you actually need that documentation to legally be married. It's what people always sign at weddings after they say I do, and then usually your celebrant looks after it. That is a cost that you don't want to then be surprised about. The next thing I feel like people always forget about is the ring box. So you need a nice ring box to store your rings and stuff in. Obviously like when you buy your rings, they do come in ring boxes, and if you're more than happy to use those, then that is totally fine. But if you want like a nice ring box for photos, make sure you actually think about the ring box, and yeah, just making sure it's what you want, it's nice, it goes with your theme, and obviously you need one that's going to keep your rings nice and safe. Again, Phil and I bought one. I actually found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I showed you guys that in a wedding vlog as well. Alright, we're almost done. I've got 2 items left. So the next thing I feel like people always forget about is envelopes. So a lot of people think about like their invites and what they want their invites to look like, but a lot of people actually forget that if you're physically sending off invites, you need to have envelopes to put them in, and that can be like a thing that people don't usually budget for as well, as envelopes. And it can actually be really difficult to find like nice ones that you like, so make sure you get onto it earlier rather than later. Definitely put your envelopes and your invites together when you're thinking about it, and don't just do like them separately. Obviously like if you're giving some out in person, that's totally fine, but just when you post them, it was something that I kind of forgot about until like one of our friends were like, oh, it took us ages to find the right envelopes, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, envelopes, totally forgot about that. And then the last thing that I have written down is kind of to do with like if you're organizing your own venue, and that is to make sure that you have ice and you have water. So a lot of the time people focus on drinks, but they focus on like your alcoholic and like your non-alcoholic options of drink, but a lot of people forget about ice to actually keep the drinks cold, and a lot of people forget about water as well, because you're obviously going to need to have water if you're having alcohol as well, just so that people don't get absolutely trolleyed. And I feel like ice is just something that people always forget about, especially if your wedding is in summer. If your wedding is in summer, make sure you've got more ice than you think you need, because ice will melt a lot quicker. Obviously you need ice to keep your drinks cold, because no one wants to drink a lukewarm alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic drink or whatever. So there we go guys, those are my 10 things that people tend to forget about in regards to weddings. I feel like this video may have been a little bit shorter, so hopefully you guys don't mind, but I feel like a lot of my videos lately tend to be quite long. So yeah, it's just a short little sweet video for the wedding series. Let me know down below in the comments as well what you guys think are maybe some things that I've missed in this video, if you guys have gotten married, or if I think of some other things maybe I will do a part 2. But for now I'm quite happy with this. I feel like this is kind of like the things that didn't really cross my mind or things that really stood out from other people's videos. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please make sure to turn on the notifications and check out my social media. It's always linked down below in the description box. If you guys have missed any of my other wedding videos, I will leave that playlist down below and in the eye, because I literally have so many on my channel at the moment, and like I said, there's definitely like heaps more still to come. I will let you guys know what my next wedding video is as well, because like I said, I've scheduled all of them. My next wedding video will be my 2-week countdown vlog. I feel like I've vlogged quite a lot, but I feel like there's still so much that I need to vlog. By the time you guys watch this video, I potentially could already be married, or I could be very, very close to getting married. We'll see, depending on what my content is like. I can't believe how fast it's coming. I feel like I've just like got hit by a train with how quickly everything is coming. Yeah, let me know if you guys are enjoying the wedding series so far. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite video has been. And yeah, I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye!